Hi, Grace Church. This is Pastor Tim with this week's video update. This coming Saturday morning at 7:30, from 7:30 to 9, there's going to be a men's Bible study in room 201. It's being facilitated by Dean Mullins. There's actually a growing group of guys who are participating in that Bible study. This week, the study is going to focus on Psalm 92 and Psalm 93. If you're looking for opportunity as a man to fellowship with other men around the Word, I encourage you to come this Saturday morning, perhaps read Psalm 92 and 93 in advance, and enjoy the time of fellowship with other men. Coffee will be on. Should be a good time. Saturday morning, 7:30. This Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, we're going to be gathering together again for worship on this Grace Church campus. And the service is also going to be online. We're going to be live streaming the worship. Grace Kids is being offered again this Sunday. It was not offered last Sunday. During this week of spring break, our volunteer team that helps out so wonderfully in Grace Kids, they had the week off, and the kids were actually in the service last week. And I personally enjoyed very much seeing so many children in the worship gathering last week. And at the beginning of the service, this is a memory, a takeaway from last week for me. I had welcomed everyone. I'd welcomed those watching online, and then I welcomed the children, and I heard the voice of one of the children in the room say, "Thank you." And I wanted to say, "You're welcome," but I was certainly smiling inwardly, really thankful for the children in the church. Grace Kids is again meeting this week, and then in the worship time itself, there's going to be a child dedication service. I look forward very much to the opportunity to stand with a couple of parents who are going to be dedicating 2 children this Sunday morning. And then Pastor Dave Hansen is going to be preaching during the teaching time of the worship gathering. We're going to be in John 16 this week as we continue our series, Closing Crescendo in the Upper Room. Dave is going to take us to John 16, verses 16 to 24, where Jesus tells his disciples that their sorrow would turn to joy. And he ends that whole section in verse 24 with a great statement about prayer. Hope many of you can be with us for the worship gathering this week. Just want to remind you of a couple of things. Holy Week is actually beginning 1 week from this coming Sunday. On Palm Sunday, Pastor Jordan is going to be preaching on that Sunday, and then we're going to have a Good Friday service as a part of our Holy Week remembrance, and then on Resurrection Sunday, we are going to celebrate together the triumph of Jesus and his resurrection. We're going to celebrate that he is indeed alive. And in advance of Holy Week, we are encouraging an initiative that we're calling Take and Bake. We're encouraging one another to consider taking an invitation that looks like this, an invitation to neighbors, friends, family members, co-workers, inviting them to consider coming to one of our Holy Week services. And the bake part is we'd like to take a gift to neighbors and friends who we want to invite, maybe take to them a loaf of bread, to take to them some muffins, but something that we would bake that we could take to them as a gift. If you're interested, these invitations to one of our Holy Week services are at the Welcome Center. We'd encourage you to take one and to be right now praying about who you might be able to invite to one of those services as we celebrate Jesus and all that he's done for us in his passion, in his death, burial, and resurrection. And then finally, I just want to remind us that we're continuing to pray this year for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and we're praying for counties in the Upper Peninsula. As we finish March, we're praying for Marquette County, and then as we move into April, we're praying in April for Dickinson County and Delta County, where most of us live. We want to be praying for those 2 counties during the month of April. Well, you're very loved, Grace Church. Blessings on you. Look forward to seeing you soon.